Now let's start today's classes. Okay, so previously we already saw the your algorithm and data structure, which one part of the theoretically. Okay, now after that, today onwards we are starting with our C programming language. It's your first programming language, right? What is exactly the programming language? If I am talking, it's just a communication medium with you and your computer. Simply, right now, I am giving one example. Okay, suppose I am a professor. I know only the my different languages, like where I am from, right? Like suppose it's Hindi, Marathi, and different languages. Even you know that particular language. Okay. After that, if I am coming to your side, what happened? You know the specific your language, right? What Krio, Mandarin, right? Isn't it? So this particular language you know. So right now, still you know how we can communicate to the each other because of in middleware I have to the English, right? Isn't it? Because of English, what happened? We can communicate, right? Because I am also know the what is English, and you also know what is exactly the English, how to speak and how to write, right? Isn't it? That's why we can able to what we can able to communicate to the each other, right? Same as it is right now. You are a programmer, right? Or you are the humans, right? And after that, your computer is something another way, right? Means it's a hardware part. So how you can communicate with your hardware part? How we can communicate with exactly the computer? Basically, we have the in middleware that is called programming language. You can see we have what programming language is the middleware, right? Isn't it? Now, what is exactly the programming language? Simply, I just talk right now, right? It's a 0 1 0 1 0 1 that is called your binary number. That binary number is nothing but your programming language, right? Isn't it? Means what happened right now? You are going to understand what exactly the computer are speaking or what exactly the computer understand particular language, right? Because we need to understand computer. That's why we need to understand our programming language also, right? Isn't it? So first programming language we are learning that is called C. Okay. Before that C, they have to be a experiment A and B, but C is a next version about A and B. A and B we can say as like a failure and C is a succeed, right? Isn't it? So basically C is the proper programming language, and even if you want to start any programming language, I would you like to suggest start with the C. C is very interesting programming language and even more popular also. So before we are starting with the C programming language, I would you like to discuss some theoretical part, which one related to your C programming language. You can see what is a C. C is a general purpose programming language created by Dennis Ritchie at the Bell's Laboratory in a 1972. Okay, it is a very powerful language, dispatch being old. The main reason for its popularity, it's a fundamental language in the field of computer science. C is strongly associated with the Unix as it was developed to return the Unix operating system. Why we need to learn C programming language? It is one of the most popular programming language in the world. If you know C, you will have no problem learning other programming languages such as Java, Python, C++, C Sharp, etc. As the syntax is a similar. Right now, maybe people having to the question over here, sir, what is the syntax? If I'm talking about to the syntax, syntax is nothing but a grammar of your programming language. Okay. Now what, sir? You can know right now I am speaking English, right? So if I want to speak English, there is a proper structure that is called we are grammar, right? So even own programming language when we are writing that having our particular structure, right? That is called to the syntax or we call as a grammar related to your programming language. Getting? Okay. Now, C is very fast compared to the other programming language like Java and Python. C is very versatile. It can be used in both application and a technologies. Okay. Now, I just recently talked about your syntax, right? Isn't it? Okay. So, what is that exactly? So, I already wrote it over here. There, the syntax means if you are not writing this way, this is the way to write your code, then it will be a showing to error, isn't it? Okay, now without wasting time, let's start our first practical how I can write your program. Okay, and even our first program, if suppose what I want to mean, if suppose the baby will be a born, right? Isn't it? First, we are teaching him, like say papa, say mummy, right? Same as it is right now, we are teaching to our computer, say hello world or say something, right? So let's go without wasting time. I am going to use that purpose, our Chrome. Okay, I'm going to search engine first. Okay, after that, I'm searching your Google Chrome. Okay, let me go over here in the Google Chrome. After that, I'm going to the my choose any account, which one I want, and after that, just put it over here. C space compiler. Now, what is the C compiler? Simply C programming language we are using. And after I'm writing code, I want to compile that, means I want to run that program. Okay, so that purpose we are using compiler, means it will be execution is nothing but to the compiler. Okay, now let me say run. Now see, there are a lot of editors are there. I don't want to suggest that which one you want to use. You can use anything. Important is I want to be see my answer. That's it. Okay, or I want to see my output. What happened right now? I'm going to be a online C compiler. Let me click over here. Okay, now they will start it. See, I would you like to discuss, guys, really, please don't take a predefined things. I want to be you are write yourself, then you can understand where is what you want to write. Okay, now what happens is simply I am erasing everything and I'm starting from scratch. Okay, first we are writing what is the syntax of your C programming language. Okay, now let's go. First line. First line I'm writing that is called what? Hash include. Okay, right? Spelling is wrong maybe. That's why it's not color. Yeah. Include. Huh. Include space. Okay. Inside of the greater than and less than sign, inside I want to write stdio dot h. Right now, what is the meaning of this first line? Simply, it's a saying, it's my header library, and even it's getting to the output and it's getting to the input and output from to the user and it's showing to the user also. That is exactly the first line meaning. Okay, let's say the theoretically also. Line number one, hash include stdio dot h is a header file library that lets us work with the input and output functionality such as the printf. Okay, means we are written over here printf. So we will learn what is exactly the printf, but this is the header library of file. It's getting to the or it should be working with the input and output your for functions. Okay, after that what we are writing to the a space over here means what if we are going to the see second line I'm giving to the space. Why I am giving to the space? Simply I want to be readable properly my code means us purpose only. We are the programmer. For my code I want to see as a clean work. That's why what I am giving space. So let me give to the space and let me talk about that. See, second line what we are doing, a blank line. See, ignore means C programming language ignore a white space. White space means what? Blank line. Okay, but we use it is a make a code more readable for us. Okay, now we done that. After that third line, I want to write int main inside of the bracket. Okay, inside of sorry bracket close bracket open bracket close. Okay, after that again curly bracket open curly bracket close. Okay, and this is the third line are saying to me this is my main program means my main coding starting from over here and ending from to the over here. Are you getting?